today. From Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Harrison gets Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Offense. What you talking about, ref?
That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun now for Carr. And incomplete to open things up. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr got his connection complete to Ruggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down Vegas as Carr finds Ruggs that time.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They're on the stop.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 12 carries, 68 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Reception here by Ruggs. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
Handle Las Vegas.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And
now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
Just 4 weeks left in the regular season, and he has to be firmly in the driver's seat for the MVP award.
Yeah, as the month of December wears on, we'll see how this all shakes out, and the debate will certainly heat up. But he's done everything they've asked of him.
Wouldn't you love to be in his head right now, though, to see what he's thinking, how much this is affecting him? Is he thinking about it at all? Are his teammates talking to him about it? He's dealing with a little bit of pressure, though, even though he's right now the number 1 guy.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 carries, 62 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage. Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
Watch the pass.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check. 42 is the mic. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Check. Mike 42. 15. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. Jacobs. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He was taken down by
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
complete to Hunter.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and they do an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Carr now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards. And now it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Corey Littleton gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Offense. Don't do us like that.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now here's Mahomes, sliding out of the pocket. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes being chased out left. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
Intended for Travis Kelce.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes buying time to his left. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Buster Moreau.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Check 52. Check.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Now Mahomes, and that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
It felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
And they're on the 31-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They'll be searching to dent the scoreboard for the first time. Now down 8-0 as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The open man here, Renfro. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Brings up 4th down.
Able to push his way through. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Mahomes on the key.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Yellow. Mike, 56. Attack. 56. Hey, tight down. There you go.
half coming at 1, and it's Mahomes rolling to his right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. That is caught at the 7. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Mahomes to throw once more, and they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0.
Chiefs, 16.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage, because remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
On the return, it's Taylor. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On first down, Carr. And he's taken down inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've reached the intermission and what an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Stays on his feet. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second half starts with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to have this down deep into Vegas territory. A big play there for KC. And even 60 yards. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like it.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and get it home with Sherman, the fullback. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Anthony Sherman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop him. They knew they had to meet him with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes now to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
The score, Chiefs 24, Raiders 3. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
On second and very short, Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Billy, you've been around me a long time now. You know on second and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
A gain of 9 yards. And a Raider first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Complete to
Bryan Edwards. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Takeovers 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Now it's Shirley, the fullback. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tanner Muse. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game. That punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right?
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. Henry Littleton there on the tackle.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Across midfield to the 49-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier. Bobby McCain on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At their
following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Edwards-Helaire. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
Mahomes pass complete.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock, but we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Carr now on 1st down. And this will be caught by Edwards. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Brian Edwards.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And to Las Vegas.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender.
And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
Complete to
Hunter Renfro. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Carr now on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 6. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 1.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Patrick Mahomes in the offense, down by 7, 1:16 remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now he's going to use his legs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Brings up after the incompletion here now, 3rd and 2. Now Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 49-yard line. Back to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman in the final minute. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. He's back to throw, and it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Well, they had guts to go for that, and they got it. Now, if you're the defense, you feel some major pressure, don't you?
Well, they put it on you, haven't they? They've told you you are the unit they believe in. We'll find out now if they can make it hold up, but boy, just going for it in that spot.
I know, right?
Amazing.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Now it's the Raiders' turn, trailing by 1 after the 2-point conversion. 37 seconds to go, and they need at least 30 yards, you'd have to think, here to move the football to have a shot. Now Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Carr's pass intended for Josh Jacobs, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. This is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. He's got it. And they will not go quietly as we are back to a two-score game. So they try to make it a two-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A two-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
On the return, it's Taylor. Up to midfield. The 30. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way.
Las Vegas.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Raiders.
Crosby with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well.
Onside kick is recovered.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.